Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ricky Collins. Welcome to Packed House Live podcast, season 1. Yo, we here. We made it, man. I always tell people, make the first step. We just made the first step, and we in season 1. And I got a very special guest with us today, man. A real hustler, man. A lot of y'all might not know who this is, but you definitely seen his work. My guy, Mike Campbell. He's the president of StopHouse Music Group, man. Real legend, man. Just got off a tour, hopped on here with us. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, good, Ricky. It's good to see you, man. Congrats on the podcast, man.
Thank you so much, man. Good to see you too, man. I appreciate you coming on here and spending some time with us today. Man, how was the tour? Y'all just got off a tour. It looked crazy. Tell us a little bit about the tour, man.
Man, the tour was amazing. To start, I didn't have to go on the whole thing, which is really incredible. That's the first time. Yeah, I guess it hasn't been that long, but it's first time in a minute where it feels like I hadn't had to go out and kind of like do some of the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to hire a new tour manager for this tour. She's a super badass. She works with Soul Asylum in town, a couple other bands and stuff. So
that's what's up.
For starters, it was great. I only had to go to a couple shows just to, make sure everything was going good to go and check on the shows and all that kind of stuff. But overall, man, the tour was great. Like,
yeah, it looked crazy.
I just had so much just so much gratitude and appreciation for everybody who supports what we got going on, everybody who works on what we got going on, everybody who comes out to the shows and stuff like that. Because it was the first time where we sold out. I think it was like 12 of 14 shows sold out. Man. Fucking crazy fans everywhere. They were just, the energy was incredible. And Prof and Wonka, man, they're getting so good live. I mean, they've been good, but they're great live right now. So real. Definitely go see them. We got
selling out for some reason, man. I know those shows just keep getting better and better. And this ain't the first time. How many tours have y'all done so far now?
Man, it's been a bajillion. I don't even know off the top of my head, but I think Prof's probably done like 12 real like headline tours where it's more than 15, 20 shows, and he's actually bringing people out, all that kind of stuff. But he's probably supported like 10 to 20 other tours on top of that too, where he went out with Murs or Atmosphere or whatever. So yeah, man, we're blessed. I just feel very fortunate.
All right. Yeah, y'all definitely are blessed, man. Y'all been hustling, deserve everything that's happened and that's coming, because y'all really bootstrapped and got out here in these streets and built a brand. And now are you his manager? Do we say you're a manager, president of the company? I know you're president of the company, but manager as well?
Yep. So I'm like Prof's day-to-day manager. We have a big picture management partners with him as well. Okay. A pretty popular talent buyer out of the Denver area. Dope. And then I work with a dude who does a bunch of like management for reggae acts out in the Bay Area and stuff. So between the three of us, we do most of like the day-to-day stuff plus all the big picture stuff for Prof. So
well, you're really you're a big part of one of the biggest independent brands in the country right now. So congratulations to you. I wish I had I need one of those. Congratulations for real, man.
I appreciate that shit. That's honestly just a testament to us not quitting. And like Prof, I've known for a long time he's great at what he does. But it was just a matter of putting in the work, getting him on the right stages. Exactly. Person by person, literally making people aware of who he is and what he's got going on.
100%, man. So before we get too much into the music and StopHouse and everything that y'all got going on over there, I want to know a little bit more. I kind of know, but I want the people to know a little bit more about how your life was growing up and where you from.
Okay, shit. Well, I grew up on like the East Metro. So I was in east side of St. Paul.
Yep.
And then moved out to the burbs.
Yep.
And went to like North St. Paul High School, graduated from the U of M. So I'm a Twin Cities dude, through and through. Been here my whole life.
Yes, sir.
Been in the entertainment business since I was a little kid. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I used to vend merchandise at big concerts and festivals. I worked at Renaissance festivals all over the country selling merchandise and stuff. So I was 4 or 5 hustling. I've been working 16-hour days since I was a kid and stuff, and have been fortunate enough to be around entertainment my whole life, and got to college and thought there's no way in hell you could pay me enough money to be in entertainment, because I saw how stressful that business was. 100%. And then I started throwing college, rap shows and shit, and met Prof, and met some other local artists, met St. Paul Slim, And then of course I got sucked into it. So that's kind of my
So
story.
you kind of started off as throwing shows at the U of M campus. That was
Yeah, well,
your
I
first
was,
rap shows.
yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I don't know if you ever got out to a club called the Dinky Towner. It
I
closed
heard of
down
it
about
before, but
6, 7 years ago.
yeah, I heard
Okay,
of it
okay.
before. I don't think I ever got to go to it though.
Okay. It was kind of like the underground, like the backpack hip hop version of like a Red Sea. It was
Okay,
where a lot
okay,
of people got their start. It
yeah,
was I'm trying to think of the names that came out of there. Like if you're familiar with like Big Zach and Cancer Music, they're pretty popular Southside cats. Um,
okay. I
a
haven't
guy
heard of
named
them before.
Unicus. Okay, yeah, yeah. A guy named Unicus who was in Cancer Music. He used to run a night called the Hookup. I think it was every Friday or every Saturday, but that was the shit. That was like my first experience working with people who were really DIY grassroots level,
Yeah,
reaching out to artists on, I think it was like MySpace at the time,
right.
reaching out to regional acts and stuff and getting them to come into town. And then I kind of got to see how he would network with other acts in Sioux Falls, South Dakota or
Right.
Chicago. And then they would utilize what they had going on in Minneapolis to get them shows in Chicago and Sioux Falls and all that kind of stuff. And so,
That's
yeah,
dope.
so the college shows were a big thing for me. And I owe a lot to the people who were throwing shows at that time at Dinky Towner because I learned a lot from those people.
That's what's up, man. I love that. That's a cool
Yeah,
story. I
yeah, yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. So where did Stop House
Yep.
come from? You said you met Prof and your guys on the U of M campus. Where did it happen where y'all came together and was like, man, we're gonna start something ourselves? And where did the name Stop House come from too?
Man, I wish I had like better answers for this shit, but we were just like, we didn't know what to call it. So we just were just brainstorming random stuff. It was some cheesy explanation behind it years ago, but honestly, the it's just like it's more of like a gibberish word just to kind of represent what we got going on.
Yeah, for
In
sure.
terms of how we came together, I was working with my current partner and one of the founders in Stop House. His name is Dylan Parker. He's
Okay.
a Southside OG guy who's been helping out with, has been connected with like the Longdale crew and Interlock crew when that was like first starting and stuff. And him and I had been working with a couple artists in town. Then we linked up with Prof and St. Paul Slim just on some like randomly we're recording them in the studio type of shit.
Right.
And we kind of realized that they were the ones that were serious about what they were doing and were a
Right.
little bit more focused and honestly probably had a little bit more natural talent than some of the acts that we had worked with through the years.
For sure.
And so we sort of rebranded Dylan and I. We reached out to Prof, brought him in as a founder, and that's how we started Stop House. Was Dylan Parker, Prof, and myself all kind of like banded together.
That's
And
dope.
we had all had like little bits of success on our own. I mean, Prof had done like I think like 500 people at the Fine Line before I even started working with him and shit. So
Wow.
he put in a lot of those building blocks already, and
Right.
Dylan and I had kind of done that on our own on the side and stuff. But it was nice to link up with the three of us because it was the first time where I really worked with people who were like super talented, but also
Yeah.
very dedicated and understood what it was going to take to make it in this business. Because people don't realize
It's a
how
lot
many
of work.
fucking hours and it's crazy, man. It
Yeah.
never stops. It never fucking stops.
And this was in 2008 when you guys started.
Yeah, I think it might have even been a little bit earlier than that. We like
Okay.
officially founded the company, I think like on paper in 2008, but we might have been ruminating with the idea for a year or two before that.
That's dope. So one question I want to ask
Yeah,
you, and I
yeah.
know a lot of artists are probably feeling this way because Prof is the only artist that I've really seen. And I've been rapping. I was doing music when I was, since I was 15, and now I'm 29. So I've seen a lot of artists come through Minnesota, and Prof is the only artist that I've really seen that is killing it like he is independently, putting out your own music, doing your own tours. Obviously, the Rhyme Sayers, they were a little bit before my time, but from what I
Yeah.
seen, Prof is killing it, and a lot of artists want to know, like, I know there's no cheat code, but what is the realm, the reason, and how can you get an artist to really connect with the fans like that and be able to take them on national tours, like, because a lot of people don't know how to put that together.
And if you find out the answer to that one, let me know too, because I'd fucking love to know. But no, I think it really it boils down to like first, it's got to be you got to have the goods,
Right.
And Prof, I love his music, but even even beyond the music is the live show with him. And like, and
Yeah.
he's had an incredible live show since the
Crazy
fucking
live
day I
show,
met
man.
that dude.
Yeah.
And it only gets better. He does such
So
a good
put
job of
effort
bringing
into your
people.
live shows. That's number one. We're gonna give y'all some actionables. That's number
Yeah.
one. Put more effort into your live shows. And what is that? What did that
Learn
might
how
look
to use
like?
what's that?
I said, what might that look like? Putting more effort into the show.
I would say, learn how to use a microphone properly. I
Right.
would say try to learn how to perform your songs where you're actually performing them as opposed to, screaming over your vocals and shit.
Right. Exactly.
A little bit of help from the vocals is okay, but like people come to see you, they don't come to listen to your CD or whatever. So
For sure.
I say that, but at the same time, there are people who sell out clubs all over this country who sing over their
No,
vocals. So
100%. They do. There's something else they bringing.
well, yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
everybody,
But
like
just
artists, should start using more props and stuff like that on stage, or like doing something different with
depends.
the lighting?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all depends on what your angle is and stuff. I think
Right.
with Prophet, it makes a lot of sense to make the stage a spectacle because his music in a lot of ways is like a big spectacle, especially the big party songs and stuff.
For sure.
But I don't think you need that. At the same time, I think Prof could show up to most of these shows with no lights, no stage setup.
Yeah.
If it was just him and Wonka just giving a good ass show,
It's gonna be turned up.
people wouldn't even notice that there's fucking lights on the stage. You know what I
Right.
mean? It really comes down to those guys are just like really great performers and they put time into what they do. They rehearse like crazy before they go on the road. I would say definitely if you even have a big show in Minneapolis, it's your first show or something like that.
Yeah.
Rehearse that shit like it's it's finals for school or something like that.
Grammys.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you gotta
look,
treat every moment like it's like
I
that.
gotta say this, man. One thing I've noticed about you guys too is you're really giving opportunities to Minnesota artists to go on these tours with you and, kind of get that experience, first of all, and get to learn, what that really entails. Like, what's your motivation behind putting these or continuously helping Minnesota artists and making sure that you're taking them and giving them, bigger audiences?
We're really selfish. We just want to give a good show.
Yeah.
we want to give our customers the best experience possible.
Yep.
And so a lot of times that boils down to us bringing out people that we fuck with,
Right.
and like somebody like a Mac Irv.
100%.
It starts with a show or two here or there. We get to see what his live show is like. We get to see how he is as a person on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And it becomes a no-brainer. You go, wow, I can bring Mac Irv's performance out to all these people who are going to watch Prof. Yep. Plus, I get to tour with somebody who's a good, kind person and will be a good tour mate and all that kind of shit. So, like, for us, it's not really like something we're trying to. I mean, it's always beautiful to put a light on Minneapolis and St. Paul and Minnesota in general.
Yeah.
But for us, it's really a function of like we like the music and we like working with them as people. Right. I mean, like, yeah, Mac, exactly. Taylor J, Cashinova, just great people, and their music's incredible. Like, who wouldn't like a Taylor J record? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Taylor J goes crazy. He been in the game for a long time, man. You got to put some respect on his name for sure.
Yeah. So we got Mac and Tay coming out on this January-February run, and I'm really excited for people to check out Mac and Tay's music and see them live all over the country and shit, man. Because
that's huge.
Both those cats, same thing, just really talented, and I have confidence that when they get on those big stages, they're gonna crush it.
I have confidence too, man. Mac Turner, Northsider, Tay Supreme,
yep.
Big opportunity for him, man. And all the cities and places y'all going on that tour, man. That's a huge opportunity. I applaud you and y'all whole team for continuously, giving the opportunity. Even if you're just trying to make a great show, you're changing people's lives by giving them the opportunity to go on tour and show their talent in front of all these new people. And that's a really big thing. So another question I really wanted to ask you, man, what's your favorite part of your job now? Today?
Ooh. Man, right now, today, it's definitely all about developing our team and expanding our team and working with the people that we're hiring and training them and trading ideas and all that kind of stuff. Because it's been
CEO
Prof
work.
and Dylan. Yeah, CEO work. Exactly. I've been so in our business for the last 10 to 12 years, just out of necessity, that over the last year, getting to actually work on the business itself and the structure and the organization and the hierarchy and all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
It's just so gratifying and stuff, I mean.
100%.
I still every day I'm breaking down cardboard boxes and moving vinyl boxes myself and packing web orders if I need to.
Yeah.
But what's beautiful is now I'm growing a team that's helping me with a lot of that stuff too, which is
Yeah.
rad.
That's the real boss up right there, man. I need some
Yeah,
boss up
man,
mode,
hell
man.
yeah. Dude, and just seeing my guys win too is just incredible. Like
Yeah,
seeing Prof on the stages that he deserves and with the
man.
crowd he deserves. He could
Yeah,
have been doing this shit 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's just, if anything, it's frustrating for me that we haven't made this shit happen sooner.
100%, man. So I always
Yeah.
gotta ask people these questions because, I believe success is about perseverance. It's about getting through obstacles. So I know it's been a time with StopHouse that you wanted to say, man, F this. I need to take a step back. I need to do something different. Explain one of those times and what made you, want to keep hustling, keep pushing.
Man, there's probably not been a time I've seriously considered stopping work or shutting shit down.
That's dope.
But I mean, like we had a van robbery where we lost like everything. We had
Wow.
negative 20 grand to our name.
Oh my goodness.
We've had days. We had days where we had 9 months of touring planned right before COVID hit. It was gonna be all these tours that we're doing right now, all these sold out shows, all this cracking shit, all this stuff we've been working for 10 years straight.
Yep.
It got canceled, in like a 3-day span or something like that. So there definitely are those days where you just get like gut punched.
Yeah.
And I would just say sometimes you just need to you literally just walk it off.
Yeah.
You go, I'm forgetting about that. I'm just putting that into a deep, dark recess in my mind. And I'm not thinking about that.
Right.
I'm just going to face reality, Yeah.
And just figure out a solution. Because
exactly.
One thing Champ always told us, or he has it in his gym, is champions can adapt to anything. So I asked that question because the obstacles are gonna come. It don't matter. They're gonna continue to come. Like you said, the work doesn't stop, the learning doesn't stop, the obstacles don't stop. So your job is to adapt. Your job isn't to, know the path per se. You try to plan out as much as you can and you walk the path, but there's something's gonna try to stop you and you have to adapt. And that's just what it is, man. So definitely commend y'all for that. Because
doesn't it suck with planning that you absolutely have to do it?
Yeah.
But then the moment you start to do stuff, your plans go out the window immediately.
Yeah, you just have plans just to have like kind of a way, and then your real job is to a skeleton outline, but your real job is to be able to adapt when those things don't work. But some of those things are gonna work. Yeah. Not everything though, ever.
I think it was like Tyson or somebody who said everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And exactly. that's how I feel. That's how I feel like life is, man. You'll plan all you want to, but then when reality hits, you just got to be ready to take the punches and go with it.
That's real, man. So look, this is my last question, and we're coming in. It's a new year. Everybody always talking about new year, new me. We're trying to get our minds right and figure out, how can we really kill it this year and accomplish all our goals. So I wanna hear from you. What can we expect from, you specifically, Mike Campbell, StopHouse specifically? What can we expect in 2022? And then what motivation or, words that you have for people this year? Because, the crazy thing is we always have all these, positive thoughts, like we were just saying, but you're going to get punched in the face in 2022. And what are you going to do when that happens?
Yeah. Man, all good questions. In terms of what we got going on this year, like StopHouse is, even just in the next 3 or 4 months, we're gonna have our biggest releases and drops that we've ever had. Prof has like so much music on deck. He's got like 3 records worth of shit on deck. He's got huge features, like just stuff I wish I could talk about right now because it'll be a proud moment. Man, I wish I could, but all of them are like a couple months away from dropping and stuff. So I don't want to take the wind out of his sails. I got to be a good manager. I'm not trying to take his thunder. But he's got some big songs on deck. I'm really excited. Mac Irv's got a new records dropping in the new year, including a new single dropping in January.
Yes, sir.
There'll be plenty of touring. Big Minneapolis show coming up that we're gonna announce. We got 420 at Red Rocks with Method Man and Redman. It's going to be a crazy like first couple months of the year. So we got all sorts of shit going on that front. And then in terms of advice or thoughts for the new year and all that kind of stuff, I would just say, I mean, just kind of reiterate what we've already talked about, but just be ready to persevere.
Yeah.
If you're really serious about accomplishing a goal, one, make sure you want to accomplish the goal to start, because everything is difficult as shit to accomplish nowadays. But two, if it's something you really want, just go out and get it. Keep your head down until you get it.
100%.
There's nobody stopping anybody from doing anything nowadays.
Nope.
Like back when I started this business, you definitely had to go through some quote unquote gatekeepers. You had to get the approval of an editor at a newspaper, or you had to get in with the blog editor, or you had to make friends with the booker at First Avenue or whatever it is.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, you just go straight to customer with everything,
Right.
and you let the customers dictate that shit. The
And that's why we
blog
building
people
this-
will follow.
Yep.
Exactly. You bring the product to people, and you get all that bullshit out of the way. There's nothing stopping you from starting a small business and being successful with it nowadays. So I would just say, go get after it. That's my advice for 2022.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go get after it. I like that. We're going to end it like that, man. We got my guy, Mike Campbell, the legend. If you don't know who this man is, you need to know, because he's the guy.
Hey.
He's the man with the plan, for real. Out here making things happen, helping a lot of artists out. And, like I said, they got one of the biggest independent brands in the country right now. There's a lot more we could talk about, but I got to let him go, man. Thank you so much, Mike. Have a blessed night, man. Any last words, man? Anything else you want to say?
Man, no, just you're killing it. Keep up the good work, man. I think if there are enough people like you and I in this town who keep pushing shit along and keep progressing arts, hopefully, we just keep bringing people up with us and making more and more people be able to establish actual livings off of art. That's the whole goal, is to be able to feed yourself off this stuff. So I would just say, fucking congrats on the new podcast, and keep hustling, man, because one of us is bound to accomplish something big sooner than later here. So
both of us, man. I'm calling it.
Hey, there we go. Hey, the whole goddamn town. We can do it.
We got you, man. Thank you so much, man. Have a great night.
All right. Have a good night, Ricky.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for watching. It's your boy, man, Ricky the CEO. We just had Mike Campbell on here. Told some dope stories about Prof, about starting doing his parties on the U of M campus. They've done 15 tours independently. They just sold out. I think it was 12 out of 15 shows on their last tour. They about to go on another tour in April. They bringing Mac Turner and Tay Supreme. They putting everybody on, man. StopHouse. It's lit. Y'all got my support. Y'all got my love. You dig? Thank y'all for watching.